A key component of toughness is dealing with and navigating your inner dialogue. I like to think of it like this. We have an inner angel and devil on our shoulder, and during difficult and uncomfortable moments, they're just screaming at us. And we have this devil that's telling us, hey, quit, you're not good enough. Why are you trying? We have this angel that's trying to prop us up, to push us, to motivate us, to keep going, right? And the common kind of advice is to tell you, listen to the positive one, right? Lean into that. Have positive thoughts. That'll do you good. And there's some truth to that. But the reality is, our thoughts are more complex than that. Thoughts evolved essentially to help us navigate with the barrage of emotions and feelings that we experience. So to deal with that inner experience that occurs during uncomfortable moments. And what happens often is the feelings and the emotion almost become intertwined with the thoughts so that you can't separate them. And what research shows is it's not the thoughts themselves, it's the emotion that attaches to it that causes that downward spiral that causes us to choose to quit. So with thoughts, we need to decide, do we want to pay attention to it? Do we want to try and use it to our advantage? Or do we want to shift or change the perspective so that we're in a better place? So for example, sometimes you're going to have a thought in your mind to pop up that tells you to quit, to stop trying, that you should do something else. And you're going to need to think of it like your crazy aunt or uncle on Facebook and just scroll on by. Forget about it. Other times you're going to need to create that space between the emotion and the thought. Right? You can do that through creating what's called psychological distance, which you can, move from your inner dialogue occurring in first person to third person. That's another strategy that you can use. You can also use one from taking your inner voice and speaking out loud. And that might seem a little bit crazy. But if you watch sports at all, if you watch tennis in particular, you'll see athletes like talking to themselves. Why? Because it takes advantage of essentially the way we evolved to talk. If you go watch toddlers, they often dictate their actions or what their actions should be out loud. They'll say, hey, ball, I'm going to go find the ball. And then that voice often goes inside as we grow and evolve. So reversing that and giving yourself actions with the external voice, it almost taps into this like older, ancient, deeper system that kind of kicks us back into gear and says, oh, okay, yes, this is the action I should take. So whether it's accepting your thoughts, whether it's navigating through them, whether it's creating distance or using any number of strategy, we can either have our thoughts work against us or get them to work towards us. Toughness is about figuring out what coping strategies allow you to work towards dealing with the difficult moment and the adversity that arises.